Hello everyone, my name is Radifah Kabir. I'm from the Department of Food Engineering and Technology. I have prepared a video on the topic Indigenous Dairy Products. Hope this video proves to be helpful for every one of you. Introduction. Traditional Indian dairy products or indigenous dairy products are defined as the milk products which are native to India or the countries of the Indian subcontinent like Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. These products evolved over the years, making use of local cooking fuel and cooking ware, which is the amalgam of culinary skills. The vigorous efforts towards such accomplishment include concentration, coagulation, desiccation, fermentation, and use of certain other ingredients. Over the millennia, these processes have largely remained unchanged, being in the hands of halwais, who are the traditional sweetmeat makers who form the core of this cottage industry. The traditional Indian dairy products and a great taxonomy of sweets are an integral part of vast Indian heritage. Depending upon various methods of processing, it possesses great social, cultural, and economic importance. Traditional Indian dairy products provide a means for preservation of precious milk solids for a longer duration, in addition to the inclusion of value addition to milk, and provides a substantial employment opportunity, especially in rural areas. It is estimated that about 50% of milk produced in India is converted into a variety of products such as khoya, chana, paneer, dahi, ghee, shrikhand, etc. It is having strong foothold not only in the Indian market but also having a great export potential because of the presence of Indian diaspora across the globe. About half of India's total milk production is utilized in the preparation of different traditional dairy products. The demand for traditional dairy products has been increasing in recent decades. The small-scale industries have been using age-old practices and find it difficult to cope with the modern technologies. However, microbiological defects and organoleptic compositions need to be taken into consideration, and proper preservation and packaging should be done to improve shelf life. These products are in high demand and require freshness. Therefore, their price can be high and focus is made on the quality of the product. They have a great impact on industries as well as the socio-economic conditions of the milk producers in the country. In recent times, the organized dairy sector has shown keen interest in the indigenous dairy products. Research has also been going on over these products. This is evident from the fact that the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, New Delhi, had sanctioned the network project on indigenous milk products entitled Research and Development Support for Process Upgradation of Indigenous Milk Products for Industrial Application. SMC College of Dairy Science was one of the centers for the project. In today's market, it is not only the technological improvements but also varying demographics, market demands for ready-to-serve type novel products and consumer opinions drive the innovations in indigenous dairy products. Now let's talk about the scope of such products. The milk was very much relished when the quantity of milk was reduced to one-third of the original quantity. When milk was reduced to one-sixth of the original quantity, it was used for preparing sweets, and when it was reduced to one-eighth, it was called sarkara or powder. The production of milk is abundant after monsoons and all throughout winter, which is the flush season. When the production is high but not that much milk is required, indigenous dairy products come to the rescue. Surplus milk in the evening is boiled and converted into dahi, then to makhan, and finally to ghee, which has a shelf life of about 1 year. Now let's talk about the pattern of milk utilization in India. In case of milk powder, the percentage of milk utilized is 3.8%, in ghee 28%, khoya 5.5%, curd 7%, ice cream 0.2%, butter 6.5%, cream 0.5%, and others 0.5%. SWOT analysis of indigenous dairy products. SWOT analysis takes into consideration the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The strengths are traditional dairy products enjoy mass appeal. Simple manufacturing technologies which are well established for small-scale operations. Skilled manpower for cottage-scale operations are available, lower cost of production and high profit margins. Markets are well established, easily available market. The weaknesses: lack of scientifically documented sensory, physiochemical, and microbiological profile analysis of traditional dairy products that limits the standardization of processes for large-scale manufacture and design of equipments. Manufacturing operations are predominantly confined to the cottage or domestic scales. People involved in manufacture of traditional dairy products lack adequate knowledge of good hygienic practices. Gross lack of packaging systems that severely limit the shelf life. Opportunities: traditional dairy product sector offers vast scope for innovation, value addition, and product diversification. Export potential to the ethnic markets. Opportunities exist for financing and establishing modern scale units to encourage restructuring of unorganized sector. Threats: products prepared by scaled-up processes or new equipments may differ in sensory quality and may not find consumer acceptance. Modern methods of manufacture may raise production cost. Now let's talk about the consumption figures. Due to high atmospheric temperature conditions prevailing in the Indian subcontinent, the surplus milk gets converted into more stable products for conservation of its nutritional goodness, which ultimately provides health benefits. While talking about its consumption pattern, it is estimated that traditional products account for over 40% of all the dairy products consumed in our country. Although authentic statistical data is not available, but as per the market size and utilization pattern, the consumption of ghee, chana, paneer, curd, and khoya is widespread. It is estimated that the value of khoya and chana-based sweets, if taken together, would be more than 100,000 million, which is double the value of milk handled by the organized dairy sector. Classification of traditional dairy products. Indian indigenous milk products have different nomenclature in various regions because of the variation in the ingredients added and the method of manufacture involved. For better understanding of the nature of the products, indigenous milk products can be conveniently classified into 9 major categories. Indigenous dairy products can be classified as concentrated or partially desiccated products, heat and acid coagulated products, fermented products, fat-rich products, frozen products, cereal-based puddings, Indian milk confections, refreshing beverages, and miscellaneous products. Now let's discuss these different kinds of products one by one. Concentrated or partially desiccated products. In this class of products, milk is concentrated using heat energy. Moisture percent in milk gets reduced due to evaporation. Based on the extent of heat treatment, product characteristics such as smell, color, aroma, and texture are imparted to the products. Concentrated or partially desiccated products are of 3 kinds. These are khoya, rabri, and basundi. Let's talk about khoya or mawa. It has been defined under the PFA as the product obtained by rapid drying milk of cow or buffalo or goat or sheep or milk solids or a combination thereof. The milk fat content shall not be less than 20% of the finished product, and it may contain citric acid content not more than 0.1% by weight. For commercial trade, 3 main types of khoya are recognized: dhap, pindi, and danedar, each type having preferred end uses. Let's talk about the composition of khoya. Khoya can be prepared from cow milk as well as buffalo milk. When khoya is prepared from cow milk, then the moisture content should be 25%, fat 25.7%, protein 19.2%, lactose 25.5%, ash 3.8%, iron 103 ppm. When khoya is prepared from buffalo milk, the moisture content should be 19.2%, fat 37.1%, protein 17.8%, lactose 22.1%, ash 3.6%, and iron 101 ppm. Preparation of khoya. A concentration of milk to 1/5 volume is normal in the production of khoya. Khoya is used as the base for a wide variety of Indian sweets. About 600,000 metric tons are produced annually in India. Khoya is made both from cow and buffalo milk. Khoya is made by simmering full-fat milk in a large shallow iron pan for several hours over a medium fire. The gradual evaporation of its water content leaves only the milk solids. The ideal temperature to avoid scorching is about 80 degrees Celsius. The different types of khoya are batti, chikna, danedar, pindi, and dhap. Khoya is classified into different types based on moisture content. Different types of khoya are used for different preparations. Batti, meaning rock, has 20% moisture by weight and is the hardest of the three types. It can be grated like cheese. It can be aged for up to a year, during which it develops a unique aroma and a moldy outer surface. Chikna, meaning slippery or squishy, khoya has 50% moisture. Danedar is a grainy variety. The milk is coagulated with an acid during the simmering. It has moderate moisture content. It is used for preparing kalakand, gourd burfi, and other sweets. Pindi or dry khoya is used for preparing burfi and pera. Dhap, a less dried version, is used for preparing gulab jamun and pantua. The different uses of khoya are in the manufacturing of pera, gulab jamun, burfi, gujia, khoya halwa, and khoya paneer. Nutritional benefits of khoya. Khoya is a rich source of calcium which helps in strengthening of bones and teeth. In addition to this, it is quite helpful in osteoporosis. Abundance of riboflavin or vitamin B1 in khoya helps to maintain healthy immune system, energy production, and in maintenance of healthy hair and skin. Beyond this, it is rich in vitamin D that helps to optimize calcium metabolism and vitamin K which helps blood to clot normally, preventing type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart attacks. Rabri. What is rabri? Rabri is a sweet, condensed, milk-based dish originating from the Indian subcontinent made by boiling milk on low heat for a long time until it becomes dense and changes its color to off-white or pale yellow. Rabri is made by heating sweetened milk in a large open vessel called karhai. As the layer of cream begins to form on the surface of the milk, it is taken off and kept aside. The process continues until the milk is exhausted. Talking about the composition of rabri, moisture content is 30%, fat 20%, ash 3%, sugar 20%, protein 10%, lactose 17%. Preparation of rabri. We talk of the preparation of rabri from buffalo milk. Buffalo milk is taken. Standardization of 5 liters is performed up to 6% fat. It is taken in a jacketed kettle which is shallow type. Heating at simmering temperature of 85 to 90 degrees Celsius is performed. As a result of this process, there is formation of malai. The malai is removed and kept in a separate vessel. About 500 gram of malai is removed. Partially skimmed milk is obtained as a result of this. Concentration to 3 folds by boiling is performed. There is sugar addition at 6% of milk. From this, we obtained sweetened concentrated milk. To this sweetened concentrated milk, the malai which we had kept separated is added, and as a result, we obtain rabri. Basundi. What is basundi? Basundi is an Indian sweet, mostly in Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. It is a sweetened condensed milk made by boiling milk on low heat until the milk is reduced by half. The difference between basundi and rabri is based on texture. Rabri has very distinct, hard, flaky layers of clotted cream or malai, whereas basundi is generally homogeneous or have very soft and fine flakes, which in fact are very fine, heat-coagulated protein particles. The composition of basundi is moisture content is 52.6%, fat 11.6%, protein 9.9%, lactose 11.5%, ash 1.7%, sucrose 12.7%. Preparation of basundi. For preparation of basundi, we require fresh milk, which is made to undergo filtration. After filtration, it is made to undergo standardization, so that the fat content becomes 5.1% and SNF 8.5%. Then forewarming of milk at 90 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes is performed. After that, the milk is concentrated up to 2 times milk solids. Then there is addition of sugar, which is 5% on milk basis. After that, the concentration continues up to 2.5 times. Then cooling is performed. Then there is addition of fruits and nuts, and we obtain basundi. Heat and acid coagulated products. These are the coagulated products obtained upon addition of acidulants to heated milk. Extent of removal of moisture controls the texture. Heat and acid coagulated products are of two types, namely paneer and chana. Paneer. What is paneer? Paneer is a popular indigenous variety of soft cheese. Paneer is obtained by acid and heat coagulation of milk. Good quality paneer is characterized by a white color, sweetish, mildly acidic and nutty flavor, spongy body and a close-knit structure. Paneer is nutritious and wholesome food. It provides one of the methods of conserving, preserving and prolonging shelf life of milk solids in highly concentrated form. Talking about the composition of paneer, we take into consideration 100 gram of paneer made from cow milk. This will contain protein of 18.3 gram, fat of 20.8 gram, carbohydrate 1.2 gram, minerals 2.6 gram, energy provided by this will be 265 kilocalories, calcium content is 208 milligram and phosphorus content is 138 milligram. Preparation of paneer. Paneer is prepared by adding food acid such as lemon juice, vinegar, citric acid or dahi to hot milk to separate the curds from the whey. The curds are drained in muslin or cheesecloth and the excess water is pressed out. The resulting paneer is dipped in chilled water for 2 to 3 hours to improve its texture and appearance. From this point, the preparation of paneer diverges based on its use and regional tradition. Coming to the flow chart, there is receiving of buffalo milk, which is made to undergo filtration. Then standardization of milk up to 6% fat is performed. There is mixing of goat milk into buffalo milk. Heating up to 90 degrees Celsius is performed. Cooling up to 70 degrees Celsius is done. There is addition of coagulant, that is 2% citric acid solution. Then there is straining, hooping, pressing. Then they are cut into small blocks of 6 inches by 6 inches. Then they are dipped in chilled water at a temperature of 5 to 6 degrees Celsius. Then packaging is performed. Then there is refrigerated storage at 5 degrees Celsius. And finally, paneer is obtained. Nutritional benefits of paneer. Paneer are packed with protein which exert a wide range of health benefits. The high density of protein makes slow release of energy in the body. This results in the fact that there is no spike in one's blood sugar levels. It is denser in protein, therefore it is widely acceptable by gymnasts as well as bodybuilders to maintain muscular health. It has a high satiety value. It is rich in calcium. Also, it is rich in a fatty acid, conjugated linoleic acid, a fatty acid that enhances the dissipation of fat from the body, which in turn helps to lose body weight. Since it is rich in calcium, it maintains bone and teeth health. Chana. What is chana? As per Food Safety and Standards Regulation 2011, chana is a product obtained from cow or buffalo milk or combination thereof by precipitation with sour milk using lactic acid or citric acid as a coagulant. It should not contain more than 70% moisture and its milk fat content should not be less than 50% on dry matter basis. If skim milk is used, moisture content should not exceed 70% and milk fat should not exceed 13%. The solid curd obtained after filtration of coagulum is called chana. It appears off-white and it bears mildly acidic taste and spongy texture and is used in the preparation of a variety of sweets like rasgulla, sandesh, cham-cham, rasmalai, kheer mohan, chana poro, pantua, chana murki, and others. Composition of chana. Chana can be prepared from cow milk as well as buffalo milk. When prepared from cow milk, the moisture content is 53.4%, fat 24.8%, protein 17.4%, lactose 2.1%, and ash 2.1%. When prepared from buffalo milk, the moisture content is 51.1%, fat 29.6%, protein 14.4%, lactose 2.3%, and ash 2%. Chana is a rich source of protein and even reported to reduce cancer risks. It is a packed source of minerals like calcium and met almost 25% of the total calcium requirements of body that in turn maintains the bones, teeth and check osteoporosis. Preparation of chana. There are two methods of preparation of chana. One is through cow milk and the other is with the help of buffalo milk. When cow milk is used, then standardization up to 4% fat is performed, heating is done, that is boiling, then addition of coagulant at 82 degrees Celsius is done, 1 to 2% citric acid solution is added, then straining is performed, after that draining is done, then cooling, then packaging, and then storage at 4 to 6 degrees Celsius is done. When prepared from buffalo milk, then standardization up to 0.05% fat is done. There is addition of sodium alginate, that is 0.5% of it is added. Preheating is done, homogenization is performed, heating is done, cooling up to 40 degrees Celsius is done. There is addition of coagulant, that is 1% citric acid solution. Then there is draining of the whey, then cooling is performed. After that packaging is done, and then storage is done at 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. After that we come to fermented dairy products. Lactic cultures are used to ferment the milk at specific temperature and for specific duration. Dahi is the well-known product since ancient times, and Mishti dahi is popular in eastern region. Different types of fermented dairy products are dahi, shrikhand, Mishti dahi, shrikhandwadi, and chakka. Curd. What is curd? Curd is a product obtained from pasteurized or boiled milk by souring, natural or otherwise, by a harmless lactic acid or other bacterial culture. It may be sweetened by the addition of cane sugar or unsweetened. Talking about the composition of curd, water content is 85 to 88%, fat 5 to 8%, ash 0.7 to 0.72%, lactose 4.6 to 5.2%, protein 3.2 to 3.4%, lactic acid 0.5 to 0.11%. Preparation of curd. Milk is taken. Adjustment of fat to less than 2% is done. Heating at 80 to 90 degrees Celsius or boiling for a few minutes is performed. Cooling at 35 to 37 degrees Celsius is done. Inoculation of culture is performed. That is, household dahi is used as the culture for inoculation at 1 to 2%. Incubation at 37 degrees Celsius for 16 to 18 hours is performed. Cooling to 5 degrees Celsius is done. Then it is stored in the refrigerator at 5 degrees Celsius. After that it can be used for feeding. Curd provides a wide array of nutrients in significant amounts, making it an energy-dense food. Amongst the essential amino acids, high methionine content of curd executes health benefits by protecting the liver against becoming fat. The carbohydrate content of curd is lesser than milk. Mishti dahi. What is Mishti dahi? Mishti doi is a fermented sweet doi. It is made with milk and sugar or jaggery. It differs from the plain yogurt because of the technique of preparation. Talking about the constituents, there are different grades of Mishti dahi available, which can be low fat containing, medium fat containing, and high fat containing. In case of the low fat containing Mishti dahi, milk fat amount is 2 to 3%, milk SNF 13 to 14%, sugar 17 to 19%, total solids 32 to 35%. For the medium fat Mishti dahi, milk fat content is 4 to 5%, milk SNF 11 to 13%, sugar 17 to 18%, and total solids 32 to 36%. For the high fat Mishti dahi, milk fat content is 8 to 9%, milk SNF 10 to 11%, sugar 17 to 18%, and total solids 35 to 38%. Preparation of Mishti dahi. Mishti doi is prepared by boiling milk until it is slightly thickened, sweetening it with sugar, either gur, brown sugar, or khejur gur, that is date molasses, and allowing the milk to ferment overnight. Earthenware is always used as the container for making meetha dahi because the gradual evaporation of water through its porous walls not only further thickens the yogurt but also produces the right temperature for the growth of the culture. Very often, the yogurt is delicately seasoned with a pinch of cardamom for fragrance. Coming to the flowchart, buffalo whole milk is taken, standardization is performed, then addition of cane sugar for concentration of 14% is done, then homogenization is performed, then there is addition of caramel, then heat treatment at 90 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes is done, then inoculation is performed, 2% of the inoculum is added, filling into pre-sterilized cups, then incubation at 41 plus minus 1 degree Celsius for 5 to 6 hours is done. After that, we obtain mishti dahi. Storage at 6 to 8 degrees Celsius is done. Now let's come to other products such as chakka, shrikhand and shrikhand wali. Shrikhand is a semi-soft, sweetish, sour, whole milk product prepared from lactic acid fermented curd. This dahi is partially strained through a cloth to remove the whey and thus produces a solid mass chakka, the basic ingredient for shrikhand. This chakka is mixed with the required amount of sugar to yield shrikhand. The shrikhand is further desiccated over an open pan to make the shrikhand wadi sweet. Chakka is a fermented intermediate dairy product obtained during the production of shrikhand. Chakka can be described as strained dahi. In other words, it is the curd mass obtained after removing whey from dahi, either through muslin cloth or basket centrifuge. Talking about the composition, in case of chakka, the moisture content is 59.6%, fat 22.4%, protein 10.3%, lactose 4.4%, ash 1%, and lactic acid 2.3%. In shrikhand, the moisture content is 6.5%, fat 7.4%, protein 7.7%, sugar 62.9%, lactose 15.9%, ash 0.8%, and lactic acid 1%. Chakka preparation. Standardized homogenized milk is first of all taken. This has 4.5% fat and 8.5% SNF. This milk is heated to 90 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Then cooling to 42 degrees Celsius is done. After that, there is addition of starter culture at 0.015% by weight of milk. Then incubation at 42 degrees Celsius for 5 to 6 hours is done. Then the curd is set with an acidity of 0.8 to 0.85% lactic acid. After that, cutting of the curd is done. Then draining of whey by hanging curd in muslin cloth for 10 hours. Chakka is obtained with 12.5% fat and 26.3% DS. Shrikhand preparation. First of all, blending of safflower milk and cow milk is done. The ratios can be 20:80, 30:70 or 40:60. Then standardization to 3.5% fat and 8.5% SNF is done. Heating of milk at 90 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes is performed. Then cooling up to 50 to 60 degrees Celsius is done. Then there is addition of safflower petals. After that, the milk is cooled up to 30 degrees Celsius. Then there is addition of dahi culture. There is addition of probiotic culture as well. Then incubation at 30 degrees Celsius for 12 to 16 hours is performed. Then curd is obtained. After that, breaking of the curd is done. There is drainage of whey for 6 to 8 hours, as a result of which chakka is obtained. The chakka is the shrikhand base. Then there is addition of sugar. After that, there is addition of mango flavor. Then mixing is done and we obtain shrikhand. Then packaging is done in polyethylene cups. After that, storage at refrigeration temperature of 5 plus minus 1 degree Celsius is done. Fat-rich products. Being the largest entity in milk, fat globules can relatively be easily separated from the rest of the milk, thereby yielding products of varying fat concentrations. Also, processes leading to change in the status of fat globules with respect to the type of emulsion can result in different products. Thus, milk fraction concentrated in fat gives cream, which in turn can be converted in products such as butter, ghee, butter oil, etc. Different types of fat-rich products are ghee, makhan or desi butter, and malai. Ghee. Ghee means the pure heat clarified fat derived solely from milk or curd or from desi butter or from cream to which no coloring matter or preservative has been added. Coming to the composition of ghee, ghee can be obtained from cow milk as well as buffalo milk. When obtained from cow milk, the milk fat percentage is 99 to 99.5%, moisture percentage is 0.2 to 0.5%, carotene content in milligram per gram is 3.2 to 7.4. Vitamin A content in IU per gram is 19 to 34. Tocopherol in milligram per gram is 26 to 48, and the percentage of free fatty acids such as oleic acids is 1 to 3%. In case of ghee, which is prepared from buffalo milk, the milk fat percent is 99 to 99.5%, moisture percentage is 0.2 to 0.5%, carotene in milligram per gram is 3.2 to 7.4, vitamin A in IU per gram is 17 to 38, tocopherol in milligram per gram is 18 to 37, percentage of free fatty acids such as oleic acids is 1 to 3%. Ghee preparation. There are two methods for the preparation of ghee. One is from cream and the other is from curd. When prepared from cream, milk is centrifuged to separate the cream, which may be ripened or unripened. It is then churned. It gives creamy butter, which is then given direct clarification or pre-stratified or continuous. The result is ghee, which is cooled, granulated, packed and stored. When prepared from curd, boiled milk is fermented into curd, which is churned. This gives desi butter, which is directly clarified or pre-stratified or continuous process is carried out. This gives ghee, which is cooled, granulated, packed and stored. Nutritional benefits of ghee. Among fat-rich dairy products, ghee occupies a prominent place in Indian dietary regime. Ghee bears impressive nutritional profile, especially in terms of fat, and it is believed that approximately 2 tablespoons of ghee contain about 72% of recommended saturated fat and 35% of recommended total fat. Amongst micronutrients, it is a rich source of vitamin A along with other fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, E, and K, which are found in trace amounts in conjugation with minerals like folate, choline, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and selenium. Moreover, it is suitable for the lactose and casein intolerant subject. Comprehensively, it is great for bone building, digestion, weight loss, and reducing body inflammation. Being one of the ancient Ayurvedic medicines, it promotes physical and neural purification and is used as a multi-purpose fat source topically to treat rashes, burns, dry skin, and scalp. Butter. Country or desi butter is normally obtained by churning whole milk curd with crude indigenous devices. Its composition depends on the method of making. Talking about the composition, the total fat is 11 gram in case of 1 tablespoon of butter, saturated fat is 7 gram, cholesterol 30 mg, sodium 2 mg, total carbohydrate is 0, fiber 0, sugar 0, protein 0, vitamin A 7% and calcium 0. Vitamin C and iron are also not present in case of butter. Butter manufacture. The unprocessed milk is boiled. The setting period for dahi is 48 hours. In the village method, the churning is in alternate directions. No temperature control is observed and the addition of water is in different amounts. The outcome is lumpy butter, unwashable with fat loss in the buttermilk is greater. After that we come to the flow chart. There is raw milk storage, then separation is done, as a result of which cream and skim milk are obtained. The cream is made to undergo pasteurization, then starter culture, inoculation and cream ripening is performed, then aging and crystallization are performed. After that, churning is done, as a result of which buttermilk and butter are obtained. The buttermilk is stored. It is made to undergo pasteurization and then evaporation and drying is performed. In case of the butter is made to undergo working and salting, then it is made to undergo packaging, and then storage and distribution is performed. Now coming to the raw milk storage, when it was separated and cream and skim milk were obtained, then how was the skim milk treated? The skim milk was made to undergo pasteurization. It was then stored and then evaporation and drying was performed. Malai. Malai is a type of clotted cream originating from the Indian subcontinent, used in the cuisine of the Indian subcontinent, especially in regards to sweets from the Indian subcontinent. It is made by heating non-homogenized whole milk to about 80 degrees Celsius for about 1 hour and then allowing it to cool. A thick yellowish layer of fat and coagulated proteins form on the surface, which is skimmed off. The process is usually repeated to remove most of the fat. Malai has about 55% butter fat. Buffalo milk is thought to produce better malai because of its high fat content. Buffalo milk, with fat contents varying from 5 to 12%, is heated and boiled and then allowed to cool up to 4 degrees Celsius for best results. Similarly, cow's milk with milk fat from 3 to 5% is boiled and cooled to make malai. Now let's talk about frozen milk products. Different kinds of frozen milk products are malai kulfi, malai ka baraf, and ice milk. Malai kulfi. Kulfi is traditionally prepared by evaporating sweetened and flavored milk through slow cooking with almost continuous stirring to keep milk from sticking to the bottom of the vessel, where it might burn, until its volume is reduced by half, thus thickening it, increasing its fat, protein, and lactose density. It has a distinctive taste due to caramelization of lactose and sugar during the lengthy cooking process. The semi-condensed mix is then frozen in tight sealed molds that are often submerged in ice mixed with salt to speed up the freezing process. The ice-salt mixture, along with its submerged kulfi molds, is placed in a matka or in an earthen pot that provides insulation from the external heat and slows down the melting of ice. Kulfi prepared in this manner is hence called matka kulfi. Kulfi, thus prepared by fast freezing, also renders a unique smooth mouthfeel that is devoid of ice crystals. Preparation of malai kulfi. Raw milk is taken. Standardization is performed up to 6% fat in milk. Then preheating of milk at 90 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes is done. Then partial concentration to approximately 1.9 to 2.1 times is done. Then there is addition of combination of bulking agents. Then there is addition of sugar. After that, concentration is continued till sufficient visible viscosity is developed. And then there is addition of chopped nuts, saffron, cardamom, and other spices. Then the kulfi is cooled to less than 10 degrees Celsius. Aging for at least 4 hours is done. Filling the kulfi mix in a particular kulfi mold and freezing in circulating brine at -18 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes is performed. After that, there is removal of the kulfi mold. Then hardening for 1 hour is done. It is transferred in deep freeze for storage. After that, we talk about cereal-based puddings. Cereal-based puddings are kheer and payasam. Kheer. Kheer is a type of pudding from the Indian subcontinent made by boiling milk and sugar with one of the following: rice, broken wheat, millet, tapioca, vermicelli, or sweet corn. It is flavored with desiccated coconut, cardamom, raisins, saffron, cashews, pistachios, almonds, or other dry fruits and nuts. Talking about the composition of kheer, the moisture content is 67.02%, fat 7.83%, protein 6.34%, lactose 8.45%, ash 1.41%, and added sugar 8.95%. Preparation of kheer. Reception of pasteurized buffalo milk, skimmed milk, and cream happens. Then standardization of milk up to 6% fat and 9% SNF is done. Then heating up to 98 degrees Celsius is performed, then cooling up to 82 degrees Celsius. Then there is coagulation by the addition of tartaric acid, that is 1% solution. Then there is cooling of coagulum in whey at room temperature. Then straining is performed, as a result of which chana is obtained. Then there is addition of semolina of about 4 to 6%, and sugar and arrowroot powder are also added. Then kneading is performed to form the chana dough. Then there are formation of balls of about 20 to 41. Then cooking in sugar syrup up to 55 to 65 degree Brix is done. Then there is overnight soaking in sugar syrup, and the mixture is 60 degree Brix. After that, kheer mohan is obtained, Then storage at about 30 plus minus 1 degree Celsius is performed. Payasam. Payasam is a regional variation of kheer. It is prepared using milk, rice, ghee, sugar or jaggery, and khoya, but it is less thick than original kheer. Some also add a little bit of heavy cream for richer taste. It is often garnished using almonds, cashews, raisins, and pistachios. There is one more popular version of North Indian kheer prepared during festivals in Havan in Varanasi by using only milk, rice, ghee, sugar, cardamom, dried fruit, and kesar. It is an essential dish in many Hindu feasts and celebrations. While the dish is most often made with rice, it can also be made with other ingredients such as vermicelli. Now let's talk about Indian milk confections. Indian milk confections are of different types. They can be khoa-based sweets, chana-based sweets, chana and khoa-based sweets, and miscellaneous milk sweets. Khoya-based sweets are gulab jamun, barfi, kalakand, and milk cake. Chana-based sweets are rasgulla, rasmalai, sandesh. Chana and khoya-based sweets are kala jamun and pentua, and miscellaneous milk sweets are milk agar cake and colostrum pudding. Gulab jamun, which is made mainly from milk solids, traditionally from khoya, which is milk reduced to the consistency of a soft dough. Modern recipes call for dried or powdered milk instead of khoya. Talking about the composition, the moisture content is 25 to 30%, fat content 8.5 to 10.5%, proteins 6 to 7.6%, ash 0.9 to 1%, lactose 8.5 to 11.5%, and sucrose 38 to 52%. Gulab jamun preparation. In the Indian subcontinent, milk and cheese solids are prepared by heating milk over a low flame for a long time until the water content has evaporated and only the milk solids remain. These milk solids, known as khoya, are kneaded into a dough with a small amount of flour or maida and then shaped into small balls and deep fried in oil or ghee at a low temperature of about 148 degrees Celsius until they get to their familiar golden brown color. If the balls are cooked quickly, they will be raw on the inside. The fried balls are then soaked in a light sugar syrup flavored with green cardamom and rose water. Coming to the flowchart, khoya is taken in a planetary mixer, where maida and other ingredients are used. A dough is prepared, then a portioning machine is used so that every portion weighs 8 grams. Then a ball forming machine is used. Then in a deep fat frying tank at a temperature of 140 degrees Celsius, the process is performed. Then it is transferred to the sugar syrup tank, as a result of which gulab jamun is obtained. This gulab jamun is made to undergo packaging and then it is stored. Barfi. Barfi is a dense milk-based sweet from the Indian subcontinent and a type of mithai. The main ingredients of plain barfis include condensed milk and sugar. The ingredients are cooked in a vessel until the mixture solidifies. Talking about the characteristics, the moisture content in Mawa Barfi is 15%, milk fat 12.5%, lactose 15%, sucrose 48%, acidity is 0.35% lactic acid, standard plate count is 30,000 per gram, and yeast and mold count is 10 per gram. Barfi preparation. The product is allowed to set for a minimum of 4 hours. Then barfi is cut into desirable shapes and sizes with a knife, and packed barfi is stored at room temperature. Barfi can also be prepared from pre-made khoya obtained from the market. Hot sugar syrup is prepared from 300 gram sugar by adding minimum quantity of water. Coming to the flowchart, khoya is taken. It is heated at 60 degrees Celsius in a jacketed kettle. Then addition of sugar is performed at 30% of khoya. Kneading at 50 degrees Celsius is performed. Then additives can be added. It is totally optional. Then it is transferred to shallow trays. After that it is cooled. Then it is formed into the desirable shapes and then it is packaged. Kalakand. Kalakand is an Indian sweet made out of solidified sweetened milk and paneer. Kalakand preparation. Buffalo milk is taken. It is made to undergo filtration. Boiling for 1 minute is done. Then there is addition of citric acid at 0.02% weight by volume. Then desiccation in a double jacketed steam kettle is done using steam till semi-solid consistency is reached. Then khoya is obtained. Then cooling in a tray for 15 minutes is performed. Then there is addition of 6% sugar or sweetener dissolved in 25 ml of milk. After that there is further desiccation for 10 minutes. Then cooling to room temperature is performed. After that there is packaging and storage at 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. Rasgulla. Rasgulla is an Indian syrupy dessert popular in the Indian subcontinent and regions with South Asian diaspora. It is made from ball-shaped dumplings of chana and Indian cottage cheese and semolina dough cooked in light syrup made of sugar. This is done until the syrup permeates the dumplings. We talk about the BIS specification for canned rasgulla. The moisture content is 45 to 55%, milk fat 5%, sucrose 45%, protein 5%, acidity of syrup is having a pH of 6, concentration of sugar syrup is 55 degrees Celsius Brix. Then we talk about rasgulla preparation. To prepare rasgulla, the cheese or chana mixture is formed into small balls. These balls are then simmered in a sugar syrup. It can also be prepared using a pressure cooker or an oven. While serving, add a drop of rose water, only organic and edible type of rose water, to enhance the flavor and the taste. Now, cow milk, having 1% fat, 2% fat or 3% fat can be taken. It is heated to boiling point. After that, cooling or coagulation up to 60 degrees Celsius is performed at a pH of 5.4. The coagulant or 1% citric acid can be added. Then, holding the coagulated mass for 10 to 15 minutes is done. After that, straining is performed and the whey is separated. There is dripping of whey for 25 minutes maximum. Then chana is obtained. After that, manual kneading and ball formation is done. Ball formation of about 7 to 8 grams is performed. Then cooking in sugar solution is done. It can be 40% sugar solution or 50% sugar solution, and this is performed for 20 to 25 minutes. Then soaking in 40% sugar solution is done. After that, low-fat sweet syrup, cheese ball or rasgulla is obtained. Rasmalai. Rasmalai is a dessert originating from the eastern regions of the Indian subcontinent, possibly Bengal. It has been described as a rich cheesecake without crust. Rasmalai consists of flattened balls of chana soaked in malai, clotted cream, flavored with cardamom. Milk is boiled and a bit of vinegar or lime juice is added to split it. The whey is discarded and the milk solids are drained, cooled and kneaded into a dough. The dough is divided into small balls and the balls are cooked in hot water with a bit of rose water added. The balls are then cooked in milk with saffron, pistachios and kheer as stuffing. Rasmalai preparation. First of all, milk is taken, then evaporation or concentration to 50% of its original volume is done. Then there is addition of sugar, that is 4% of the original milk content, then addition of flat rasgulla, then heating for 2 to 5 minutes is done, then cooling and chilling is performed, after that packaging is done and then it is stored. Sandesh. Sandesh is a dessert originating from the Bengal region in the eastern part of the Indian subcontinent, created with milk and sugar. Some recipes of sandesh call for the use of chana or paneer. Pranahara, which is a softer kind of sandesh, is made with mawa and the essence of curd. Sandesh can be prepared from cow milk as well as buffalo milk. When prepared from cow milk, the moisture content is 25.5%, fat 19.9%, protein 18.5%, sugar 34.5%, and ash 1.65%. When prepared from buffalo milk, the moisture content is 27.14%, fat 18.5%, protein 19.75%, sugar 33.8%, and ash 1.9%. Sandesh preparation. Sandesh can be made with the use of chana or cottage cheese. The simplest kind of sandesh in Bengal is the makka sandesh. It is prepared by tossing the chana lightly with sugar over low heat. The sandesh is essentially hot, sweetened chana. When shaped into balls, it is called kasagulla. For more complex and elaborately prepared sandesh, the chana is dried and pressed, flavored with essence of fruits, and sometimes even colored and cooked to many different levels of consistencies. Sometimes it is filled with syrup, blended with coconut or kheer, and molded into a variety of shapes, such as conch shells, elephants, and fish. Another variant is Nolan Gurer Sandesh, which is made with gur or jaggery. It is known for its brown or caramel color that comes from nolen gur. Pera. Usually prepared in thick, semi-soft pieces, its main ingredients are khoya, sugar, and traditional flavorings including cardamom seeds, pistachio nuts, and saffron. Its color varies from a creamy white to a caramel color. Now we talk about the constituents. In case of laboratory prepared samples, the moisture content is 10.2%, fat 20%, proteins 19%, lactose 18.3%, ash 2.4%, and sucrose 30%. In case of market samples, the moisture content ranges from 4.2 to 18.2%, fat content from 3.5 to 25%, proteins 1.4 to 19.5%, lactose 4 to 18.6%, ash 1.4 to 3.4%, and sucrose 31.8 to 61.8%. Pera preparation. The traditional method is basically identical to that of burfi preparation, wherein a mixture of khoya and sugar is heated at low fire with sufficient working and kneading till desired texture is attained. Pera is normally made into round balls of about 20 to 25 gram size by rolling between the palms. In the flowchart, it is explained that plain khoya is taken, then sugar is added, the sugar is mixed, then the mixture is heated, then the content is stirred till the sugar dissolves. Then cooking by stirring is performed, then flavoring agents are added, then settling is allowed at room temperature for 8 hours, then they are shaped to round flat peras, then it is packed and then it is stored. Colostrum pudding. Colostrum pudding is also known as kalfdans. It is a classical Scandinavian dessert. It is made from unpasteurized colostrum milk, the first milk produced by a cow after giving birth. In preparing the dessert, the colostrum milk is mixed with water and cautiously heated. Due to the high levels of protein in the colostrum milk, it coagulates and hardens when boiled, much like eggs do. Thus, the dessert gets a pudding-like consistency. Now we talk about refreshing beverages. Different kinds of refreshing beverages are lassi, chach or buttermilk, and rabari. Lassi. Lassi is a popular traditional dahi-based drink that originated in the Indian subcontinent. Lassi is a blend of yogurt, water, spices, and sometimes fruit. Lassi is a white to creamy white viscous liquid with a sweetish, rich aroma and pleasant mild acidic taste. The chemical composition of lassi depends on the type of milk, initial composition of milk, level of concentration of milk solids, and the sugar level. Following is the composition. Water content is 96.2%, fat 0.8%, protein 1.29%, lactose 1.2%, lactic acid 0.44%, ash 0.4%, calcium 0.6%, and phosphorus 0.04%. Lassi preparation. First of all, milk is taken, it is boiled for 10 minutes, then it is cooled up to room temperature, then dahi culture is added. After that, it is incubated for 12 to 16 hours, after which dahi is obtained. Then water is added, then it is homogenized using curd beater. Then with water it is diluted. Whole water is added at a concentration of 50% of the curd. Then there is addition of sugar at 16% of the lassi. Then flavors are added. These flavors can be rose, orange, mango at 2 ml per liter. Then the contents are mixed. Then it is stored at 10 degrees Celsius and lassi is obtained. Buttermilk. Buttermilk is a fermented dairy drink. Traditionally, it was the liquid left behind after churning butter out of cultured cream. Most modern buttermilk is cultured. However, buttermilk can be drunk straight and it can also be used in cooking. Buttermilk is comparable to regular milk in terms of calories and fat. 1 cup, that is 237 milliliter of whole milk, contains 157 calories and 8.9 grams of fat. 1 cup of whole buttermilk contains 152 calories and 8.1 grams of total fat. Low-fat buttermilk is also available. Buttermilk contains vitamins, potassium, calcium, and traces of phosphorus. Talking about the nutritional composition of buttermilk, 100 gram of buttermilk has 97.5 gram moisture, 0.8 gram protein, 1.1 gram fat, 0.5 gram carbohydrates, 15 kilocalories of energy is provided, 30 mg of calcium is present, and 0.1 mg of iron is present. Buttermilk preparation. Milk is received, then it is preheated, then it is filtered or clarified, then boiled, then cooled, then previous day curd is added, then it is incubated for 16 to 20 hours, then it is coagulated, then cut, then there is separation of butter, after which buttermilk or chas is obtained. Then it is stored at 5 to 10 degrees Celsius, then packaged and packed chas is obtained. Miscellaneous products. The miscellaneous products are curry, raita, and dahi. Raita. Raita is a condiment in South Asian cuisine made of dahi together with raw or cooked vegetables, more seldom fruit, or in the case of bundi raita, with fried droplets of batter made from besan. Cumin and black mustard are fried. This tempering is then mixed with minced raw vegetables or fruits such as cucumber, onion, carrot, pineapple, papaya, and yogurt. Raw ginger and garlic paste, green chili paste, and sometimes mustard paste are used to enrich flavor. Dahi vada. Dahi vada is a type of chaat or snack originating from the Indian subcontinent and popular throughout South Asia. It is prepared by soaking varas, that is fried flour balls, in thick dahi or yogurt. Washed urad lentils are soaked overnight and ground into a batter for the vara, then cooked in hot oil. The hot, deep-fried varas are first put in water and then transferred to thick, beaten yogurt. The varas are soaked for a period of time before serving. Additions to the batter may include golden raisins. Varas may be topped with coriander or mint leaves, chili powder, crushed black pepper, chaat masala, cumin, shredded coconut, green chilies, bundi, thinly sliced fresh ginger or pomegranate. A combination of coriander and tamarind chutneys is often used as garnish. The batter can be made using chickpea flour too. Coming to the conclusion, since times immemorial, indigenous milk products occupied the heart of the Indian masses from grassroots level to top layer of society. Modern advances made these products rather attractive and competitive in the business world. Technical know-how made quality of the products rather comprehensive to national and international scenario as well. Thus, qualities of indigenous milk products are embedded now with utmost care to catch business trend of the market for greater revenue and consumer satisfaction. Thanks for watching my video.